We're gonna come there 2 weeks before the fight, rent some big house, come with big team. We're gonna make weight. We're gonna finish Charles Oliveira on his game on the ground. Islam gonna ride Charles Oliveira like his horse. We're gonna take this belt. We're gonna show them if Sambo was easy, it would be called Jiu-Jitsu, and we're gonna go home.
Khabib has said for a very long time that Islam Makhachev is the best in the world, and he's going to be the next world champion. He's going to dominate that division the way that that he did. You got to get through Charles Oliveira first. You know what I mean? Charles Oliveira is no walkover. This kid's a stud. Technically, he's not the champion, but to all of us, he is the champion. I'm very excited for that fight. Very excited for that fight.
It's a very tough fight for Islam. I haven't really been in Islam's camp, spoken to him a couple times. Dude seems ready to go, man. You know, Islam is, if Islam can put together what he does in the training room, in actual competition, nobody will beat him. He's that good. He really is that good a fighter.
It's gonna be a good fight because we almost have same style. You know, he have good grappling skills, he have good striking, and it's gonna be a good fight, you know.
Oliveira ground game is so elite. It's so good. I mean, I wonder how he would do in a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, because I think he would do very well. Because I watched the way he finishes submissions, the way he syncs things up. I mean, it is top of the food chain stuff. I've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu in my days. I've rarely seen anyone compete in MMA that closes the show like Oliveira when the fight goes to the ground.
He impressed me like a little bit, but every fight he go down, you know. This one is like a little bit bad for him, you know. Every fight he go down, couple times. Last fight it was like how many times? 2-3 times knockdown with Michael Chandler, with Dustin Poirier, with Justin Gaethje. He always go down. This is like a little bit question, you know.
Yeah, and didn't Khabib say another thing as well? He said you go down in all of your fights. You're constantly hitting the ground. And I understand what he's saying, because anytime you get dropped, it creates this what if kind of scenario. And Charles does get dropped, but that's what makes him so exciting. And the reason he gets dropped is because he's happy to go forward and just walk through whatever's being thrown at him to land his own shots. Not the smartest, but certainly adds for a bloody exciting fight. You know what I mean? Because, come on, last few times Charles has fought, it's been unreal. Chandler, who was it, Poirier, and then Gaethje, got dropped in all of them, got nearly finished in all of them, but did enough to come back. And that's Khabib's point, saying a true champion, brother, should not go like this.
You know, I have seen him stop or not continue in fights where I think he could have continued. Like you said, the knock he has on him, but he's proven everybody wrong about that in his last 3 fights. You know, he's touched the canvas in his last 3 fights and ended up winning 3, you know, world championship fights in a row.
You know, with the confidence, I think Oliveira will not quit. With what he has, the pressure he has of representing Brazil, you know, he's not going to quit. And it takes 2 to tango, and I think both of those guys, if they need to, will sign up and get. And then, you know, you have to face adversity. Has to be a banger of a fight, and then you got to get it finished at the end.
I don't see many people beat Islam. You know, even in MMA, maybe he have more than 300 fights, you know, in amateur. And like, I don't see like many people beat him, like in the gym, outside. He was everywhere, he was dominating, you know. And when we see how it was like much going with the Charles Oliveira, I don't think he can do something with Islam on the ground. And of course, Islam is very good on stand-up too.
When you get to the matchup, I think we'll see a lot of grappling. I think we'll see a lot of very, very in-tight engagements. I don't believe that Islam will play the game with DuBronx at range, because if you do, he's going to sleep. There is no mistake about it that if Islam is too far from Charles Oliveira is going to get him. Islam will need to be close, getting takedowns, and really engaging with Charles in one of his best areas, and that's in the jiu-jitsu.
I picked against Oliveira versus Gaethje. I picked against Oliveira versus Chandler. I picked against him versus Dustin Poirier. So I'm done. I'm going Oliveira. I think that his grappling is going to be dangerous for Islam, at least dangerous enough to where there's going to be more striking than maybe Islam is going to want to have.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel if someone beat Islam, you know. because this is emotional moment, because Charles is champion. Like he say, we have champion. His name is Charles Oliveira. I agree with him, but he's not undisputed, brother. He's not undisputed. If Charles win Islam, we have to give him credit. He's gonna be undisputed UFC lightweight champion.
When I talk about Islam, I know a guy, how hard he trains, how committed he is to fighting, but I also know that with his background and with where he's come from, in Dagestan, those guys had nothing, man. A lot of times when you're fighting for life, fighting to survive, you can go to heights that you never thought imaginable. But also with his competition background, right? Sambo world champion, UFC fighter, the ability to wrestle and compete at the highest level, I think that's what's going to have to carry Islam in this fight, because for everyone that he's fought, for all the guys that he's ever been in the octagon with, he's never seen anybody like Charles Oliveira.
And in my opinion, Charles Oliveira, the most exciting fighter on the UFC roster. He really is, because he almost gets finished in a lot of them, and he's got to be careful. You don't want to get caught off Islam Makhachev, because Islam Makhachev is very clinical. He doesn't make mistakes. You could argue that for Charles Oliveira, the reason he is so exciting is because he gets dropped, is because he finds himself in bad positions. And as I say, that's never planned. But it makes for a fantastic fight. As a fan, you're sitting on the edge of your seat and you're loving every single second of it, okay?
I hope that he can stop some takedowns and make Islam fight. We've seen him get knocked out before. So yeah, I hate to see people get pushed that are not finishing people or not exciting, but that's just me, and that's how I'll be, whether he's champion or not. That'll be my outlook.
We're going to see a mixed martial arts fight now, when you're going to see groundwork and stand-up equally. And I think that what I really like about it is you're going to see somebody test the stand-up of Makhachev.
I think Makhachev would have the edge, but I think the way Charles Oliveira is surging forward and the way he's put together his hands with his ground game to be a dual threat attack, and then coupling that with the confidence and the composure that we've seen him fight with as of late. He's not breaking, he's not getting tired, he's not conceding. He's continuing to fight like a champion and finishing guys. He's finished his last 3 opponents.
This guy was on the fire since he was so young. He was in the UFC fighting the best guys. For sure he got a couple losses, but Charles Oliveira right now, 2022, wow. But right now, Oliveira he's unbeatable, I think.
Well, here's what's interesting about Charles Oliveira. When Charles Oliveira fights, even though he's the champion, he fights like a berserker. He puts himself in danger. Like, he doesn't fight safe. He doesn't fight to try to outpoint you. He doesn't fight tactically, like where he's trying to get, the least amount of damage and drag you into deep water and then strategically try to take you out the 4th and 5th round. No, from the moment the first bell rings, he's coming at you, engaging, guns blazing.
We've never really seen Islam under pressure with striking, and Charles has the ability to do that. He's so offensive. He's 100% offense, which is really exciting to watch.
If you were to pick a winner right now, who would it be? Because for me, I think I'd pick Islam. I would. People who knock Charles down, they don't follow him down to the ground. But Islam would follow him down for sure. Islam would be able to take him down. And the reason I say that is because Charles's takedown defense, I'm not saying it's bad, but he doesn't have to keep it super on point, because people do not shoot on Charles Oliveira. It's just a bad idea. I'm just saying that Islam could be the one, though, to dethrone him.
What happens when you have 2 dudes that are unwilling to give up? Fireworks. An absolute explosion.